Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, sure.
I saw you had an interview with Izzy too, which was dope. I listened to that one.
Oh, you checked the episode?
Absolutely. I love Izzy, dude. Respect Izzy so much.
No, really though. But seriously, okay, this is the intro for episode. This is the 40th episode, so it's like,
Hey.
10 more episodes, so I reach my goal, man. I'm here with
lit.
Justin Reid. I just met this dude, and it seems like we just talking just now. It's like we've been friends for a while.
Yeah.
I just met the dude. So you like to introduce yourself, Mr. Reid?
Yes, I'm Justin Reid. I also go by Jay Reid sometimes, but thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here, dude. Your podcast is dope, and I love your energy already. So I feel like this is about to be dope.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, surely. It's just like I'm a music artist myself, so I have a deep respect for anybody that wants to go into stuff. This is one of those genres where it's like, especially with rap and everything, nothing's really guaranteed. You're putting your art out there, and it's not even tangible. It's really just music and words and everything. Right. It's not a product or not a PlayStation or like gaming console where it has like flaws and everything. It's like people are gonna like what they like. People are going to shit on whatever they don't like about what you like, and you just kind of gotta like build a. I wouldn't want to say a thick skin, but kind of a thick skin to it all.
You definitely have to have thick skin though. Dude, when I first started doing music, like in general, like in high school, I wasn't the best at it, of course. I was like learning. I always knew how to sing, but I didn't know how to apply that necessarily in production and put music together. So in high school, I had some people that I was just like, dude, this might not be for you. And sometimes I would listen, But coming to this school and learning and adapting and just growing, dude, you just have to learn to have thick skin, and you'll adapt, of course. But to me, in any profession that you do, you're gonna have people that's gonna talk about what you do. So in any profession, it's important to have, thick skin and be able to understand that whatever you're doing, you're into it. You feel like it's a good product, then keep putting that product out, right?
Oh, no, definitely, man. I don't know what about high school, man. I don't know why people act like they know too much in high school.
Oh, man, dude, we were all there at one point, though. I remember in high school, I was like, yeah, I know a good amount of stuff, but again, there's always room for learning and growth for everybody. But yeah, high school is a weird time, though.
And it's not even really like the learning part. It's just like other people talking about what you want to do for life. At least I have like something. At least I have dreams I'm trying to accomplish, sir. It's like, how does that bother?
Right, absolutely. But you get through it. Like high school came and went. It went by fast, but I look back and I'm able to understand where I was, why I was there, and I'm happy to be where I am now. Absolutely. But it's good. It's actually good to have those people in your life, because it keeps you growing, keeps you hungry for what you want to do in general.
Oh no, for certain, and everything. And I know you're pretty much like you're a senior here at NCC.
Yes.
Dude, so we're both seniors.
We're about to get out of here, dude.
We're about to get out of here.
Really,
man?
Tell me it didn't fly though.
It really did, and COVID really did it too.
And
awesome.
Me and my roommate were talking about that. We went off to New York right before COVID hit. I think COVID precautions came in March 17th or something like that in 2019, and we had just got back from New York. When we touched down, I was told not to come back to work because work closed, and I was told to move all our stuff off campus. And ever since that happened, it was like
a breeze.
Dude.
A whole breeze.
I think we've had 2-3 semesters in 1 year type thing. It's been crazy.
The last full semester, I feel like for me, it was really just like freshman year for me.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, cause I feel like that's where everybody's like kind of doing stuff and everything. And plus my sophomore year, I was just kind of like just chilling and everything because I didn't even go to homecoming. I'm trying to see if I can get my ticket for homecoming this time.
Dude, you get your ticket.
Gotta get the ticket, man. I missed out on Lil Durk and Meg Thee Stallion last time.
You might want to get your ticket this time. And I don't want to say why, but I really want to say why, but get your ticket.
No, it's okay. I know there's probably some secret. You probably know, but it's okay. I'm just leave the secret.
But no, it's opposite for me. Like my freshman year, I really chilled out. I've been had the same roommate since freshman year, but we chilled out freshman year, didn't really do much. Then sophomore year is when we kind of got busy, started getting into things, and then that was also the year we had Dirk and Megan. So that homecoming was. I don't think anything is gonna. Excuse me. I didn't think anything is gonna top our homecoming in 2019 though. Like the energy and the vibes. I'm hoping this year maybe, but I don't. You don't know. Like something. It was something about 2019, in my opinion, that just. What do you think? What do you think about homecoming 2019?
I wasn't really out there though. I had depression really, really bad actually, which really sad. So I was just in my room, just staring outside, like, man, I wish I could go out there and everything. But it's just I didn't have my ticket or anything, so I was basically looking like a hobo.
So you're making up for it this time.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to make up for it this time and everything. I'm trying to get restore my energy and stuff like that. Having conversations like this and everything.
Which is good. Which is good. I learned. I think after COVID hit to like get back outside, and it was actually my friends over summer. We just forced ourselves to just get outside every day and do something. Like we went on trails, we went to the lakes. Oh, we ain't free. Look at her. How you doing? I'm good. How are you? Pretty good, actually.
We're doing a podcast, man. I'm just letting you know, so all this is being recorded.
My bad. No, you're good. You're good. Shout out to you. You're but yeah, we had to learn to just get back outside and like, cause we were inside for so long. I know you remember when they first told us we had to all stay inside, and it was like a few weeks. Everybody just had to be inside those walls, and for a lot of people that was hard. And for me, it actually allowed me to just be more creative and just make some music. But we, my group of friends that I have, I'm so grateful for them. We got outside, went walking, lakes. We just tried different foods, and it was just good to have that. But it's important, like you said, to just start talking to people, like your podcast, which is dope, and just getting back out there. So, and Homecoming's about to come up, so that'll be lit for you. You should get some interviews going during Homecoming, too.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I'm really trying to reach 50 episodes here, the 40th episode, and then, like, which is crazy, because I started this in April. I got some...
April?
Yeah, this April. This year.
And you're already at 40. Oh, you're working.
Yeah, because I've been using my phone. I've been using my phone most of the time, so I can be more mobile. I can go anywhere. Literally,
people don't understand. Like people,
I've been writing my music on here too.
Right.
I have so many raps in like my Google Docs. I need to really dig back into them again for my next couple projects. And I already got all the beats picked out for all my next couple projects. It's really just a matter of just really getting out that writer's block to really like put this up. Cause I already know what I want to say. It's just really how I want to say it, and really just if I have the time. Cause I'm still trying to make up work I missed out on for earlier this year and everything. Cause I was kind of messing up earlier this year. Gladly, my instructors are trying to work with me and everything. So it's just stuff like that. It's just like, so it's like I really have to dedicate this week to just trying to get all that work out the way, and then I can just focus on November and just really like studying, getting ready for exams, but also focusing on my music too. And then December we'll see, maybe like I didn't want no gifts. All that is just give me all the funding for my music, and I'm good.
Please.
All the funding, I'm good.
Please, I totally understand. Dude. I'm like, in terms of like being busy, just getting work done, I have to like get back in that grind because I've been so all over the place. Like I had the festival, and then I'm in SAB, so like dealing with homecoming stuff coming up. But I am also on the same boat as you in terms of like talking to my professors and just letting them know like, hey, I'm getting my work done. Just want to let you know I've been all over the place a little bit. But I think like in terms of us, like between what we want to do and what we're pursuing, we just have to like learn to adapt to just being all over the place, And I think it's gonna be difficult. I've learned because this is the most busiest I've ever been, like in terms of just having stuff to do, which I've signed up for. Like all the positions I'm in, I've applied for, and so I've asked for this. But I think it's dope just seeing like our early paths and just seeing how this may work out 10 years from now, right?
No, we're gonna work out 10 years from now. My biggest regret is like, when I first got into college, leaving high school, like all the financial aid should have went straight into music.
Stop, because we paid so much.
Really, it should have went like every dollar I had, it just music. I swear, I could just go back in time. Like, you see that financial aid?
Yeah.
Music. That's
people don't understand, like, what money, in terms of, like, music, like, what money can do. Like, how many things you can do with the money that we put into school. What we can do with, like, production and putting out songs and promo and et cetera.
All my music, all my money from, like, last semester, spring semester, early this year, went straight into my mixtape. 12 tracks.
That's work, though.
Well, it was all like freaking just produced and everything. I had all the beats and everything because it's like they give you hella ads because Google just knows when you're a rapper. Right. So they just say, hey, you want some extra beats? Now I'm a beat hoarder and all the beats are just on my laptop taking up all the space.
And not too long ago, I actually had to go through my laptop and delete like so many beats that have just been sitting there, and I just have liked them, but I've never used them. They were sitting there for months. And I'm a hoarder too, so like I had to go in there and just like really get through it and just delete. And I deleted like 200 beats, and they were all just from long, like over periods of time. You just download beats or get beats, and that was rough. I'm not even gonna lie, that was rough.
I don't think I'm gonna delete any of my beats. I think I'm gonna just open Dropbox and just let it just sit there.
Dropbox is one of my best friends. I use Dropbox for everything.
Yes,
actually.
Just leave it in there for as long as it needs to, and then whenever I just want to come back and see. The only problem is that you could stay there so long you forget who actually produced the beat, that's why I had a problem.
And I don't label none of my beats. I just throw them in.
I really need to, because I be like when you download it, sometimes it'll be in a file, and then plus it'll come with a PDF saying like, okay, this is who you got this beat from, blah blah blah. So it's easier to kind of navigate. But then there's this other beats where it's like forever ago. It's like, oh my gosh, who made this beat?
And that's how they end up getting hoarded.
Yeah, and it's just like, I just really hope. Gladly, I'm on a position right now where I'm not too well known,
Right.
or my stuff ain't too much out there. Yeah, I'm getting like a whole lot. I'm getting a whole lot of views on my SoundCloud, however, my YouTube, my Amazon Music, and my Deezer needs a little bit more help with it. I like how like your link tree is more like organized and everything.
Well, I just actually did that. I actually just did, not even a year ago. Because at first I used to just put links in my bio. Like if I put out something, I just put a link in the bio. But my cousin, who I work with a lot in Atlanta, he's like my main videographer and whatnot. He told me you should have a link tree. He said just get a link. He says the easiest thing you can get is free, and you can find all your links, put them all in one place. So I just actually did that, and yeah, it helps. It helps a lot because whenever you post something, you can just say link in bio and you just add the link to that link tree. So that actually, thank you, but that actually just happened not too long ago.
Yeah, I saw this. I see like there's like a link to like your SoundCloud and everything at the top, and then everything else at the bottom, like videos and stuff, and everything. That's why like I need to take some time, maybe this month. I mean, if I can this week, and probably just reorganize that too, because I want to be able to add my clothing line too. I'm trying to start a, like call it a Lone Star Threads and everything. I'm gonna show you the logo when we get off and everything. It looks pretty nice, but I want to be able to like just kind of hold off on it for a bit until I actually design some things. I'm really just gonna put like stuff from like Mental Threads podcast. You pretty much seen the logo.
On your Instagram, right? Yeah, the main one, right?
Just some on the brain and everything like that. Yeah, if I
that
can
would
just
be dope.
put it on a shirt, put it on a hoodie and everything, stuff like that. Maybe take some quotes from some of my songs, put it on a shirt and everything.
And I've learned, and people listen. People, when it comes to merch, people are gonna buy it because they like clothing. You know, and your logo, right? Your logo is already dope. So I mean, I was thinking about doing a merch line myself. So if you're doing it, I'll buy 10 of them.
Okay, that'd be nice. I'll give you.
Look, I have like 3 other friends that do merch lines as well. Like my boy Tyler on campus, he has Stay Fast. So I'm into supporting all that. So if you ever have a merch line come out, especially since I've already been on your podcast, let me know. Seriously, let me know.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit you up then because I really want to be able to know how to fund that too. Because I think on Shopify they do like $29.99 a month. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I need to find some some kind of place where it's like I can be able to like have the stuff kind of sit there design wise, and then kind of print it out.
You should be able to find that somewhere the way the internet is set up nowadays. But I need to actually look into that myself. I have no idea how merch, like in terms of payment and all that. I have no idea how that works in terms of merch. I would love to learn, but I don't know anything right now.
You should definitely put on your bucket list to learn for real, because when you want to become an artist and everything, you're gonna have some kind of a fan base. You gotta give them something. Like if you had like 100 fans and you got like a shirt that's like worth $100, 100 of those fans buy it. That's $1,000 right there, and that goes right back into your music too. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, it just helps. Like, it's not like, don't be like how TLC was kind of doing it. They just be like, oh, like, just fund us and everything.
Right.
It's just like, because I know TLC had it fucked up, especially like in the beginning stage of their career.
They had some issues with their contracts, but we're not going to get into that.
Stay independent. That is really, please stay independent. It doesn't matter how long it takes, how really shitty it is, just stay independent. That's really all I'm going to do.
And it's crazy. As we both know, independence is like the mainstream thing right now in terms of all these artists that are coming up. And a lot of these artists are coming up off of just straight independence, like with the help of social media, like TikTok and all this stuff. And I'm actually trying to get into. Are you trying to get into TikTok? Have you been in TikTok ever? Or
at my last entrepreneurship club meeting, I know some dude spoke about how TikTok can really help. I know like TikTok is like, but it's like I always feel like TikTok's more dance based and everything.
And I say the same thing, like in terms of like creating the content. I'm like a lot of the stuff that really pushes and goes viral involves dancing, and which is cool, but it's like I haven't gotten into the place where I'm dedicating myself to that.
I feel like your music kind of carries a more dance type.
It does,
vibe, though.
and it just takes me getting in front of the camera and doing a little. But I don't know. I've tried to. Now I love TikTok. I'm on it all the time. I just do have to start creating content up there, which would be kind of dope. But
I'll consider downloading it. It's just like for me, I'm not like
downloaded.
Not yet. It's just like the thing is, I'm not the type to just kind of just run into things like right when it's overly popular and everything.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like first it was Vine, and now I'm more like a Vine.
And I was never into Vine. Well, I used to. I had the app, but I would never really catch myself on it. If that makes sense. Like at first, when I first got TikTok, I had the app, but I would never be on it. I just got into TikTok, and I will admit I am now a fiend. I hate to say it is very addicting, but like in terms of Vine, I actually never got into Vine, weirdly.
Yeah, this is weird, man. But it's like it was really fun, like especially like in high school and everything. The whole lot of funny moments,
Yeah.
and everything was posted on Vine and everything. Like that was like the thing. Vine and Kick were those things back then.
Now,
And
Kick,
then,
you really took it back when you just said Kick. That
everybody had a Kick girlfriend, bro.
That was like middle school, right?
I think maybe you might have been in this. I was in high school when Kick was like.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, I was 8th grade.
Yeah.
8th grade.
How old are you right now?
I'm 22.
Yeah, I'm 23. So it's
see, yeah.
Just
So
a
you,
year above. Yeah.
Dude, that's insane. Cause Kick is where it used to be. Can you I remember having a Kick. Everybody used to contact do Kick. Used to post on Instagram. What's your Kick? Or Facebook. What's your Kick? That's insane.
Yeah, people used to connect through Kick. Man.
That was like the OGI message.
Yeah, bro. I had a Kick girlfriend from Cedar Rapids. I don't even know where Cedar Rapids is. She looked good as hell.
We all had that one. Look, we all had a relationship on Kick that we had no business being in.
Really is. She was like so far like Cedar Rapids and everything. I was trying to say, man, let me get that ticket.
Kick
man.
was before its time. I'll say that. Kick was definitely before its time, and it was the OGI message. I would stick with that. Like before iMessage, you had Kick.
I miss Kick. I'm not even going to lie.
And it wasn't even you skip over SMS. Like you just go Kick straight to iMessage.
No word. It's like, but like in regards to like how technology, I know we could talk about here about how good like technology was back in the day, but it's like, as an artist, I always try to ask other artists when they come with like, just the things that inspire you as an artist. Like what really inspired you to go into this field of art in regards like, music and everything?
That's a great question. So in terms of like, I can talk about who inspires me, but if I'm being exact, every time I'll go to a concert. I've always been into music. My mom had me, of course, cliche, like in church. I was always on the kids choir, yada, yada. I actually led my praise team from 2013 to about 2016 here in Durham, Greater Love. And then I actually decided that I wanted to go into my own, like, making music. And I didn't, at the time, I was like, don't really know if I should be singing praise music. And then, so that was something I was actually dealing with. So I decided to actually step off and get into music. But it was every time I went to a concert, seeing a show, in particular Chris Brown. I went to see Beyonce when she came to the stadium in Raleigh. I've seen a lot of artists. And every time I just feel like, hey, I want to be doing that. And I know you probably get the same feeling when you go see just a good show. Like, you just see yourself in that light doing the same thing. And that just keeps me motivated. So, actually, I went to the Chris Brown show, the Indigo Tour, when he came to the PNC Arena. And that very night, I went home and recorded like 2-3 songs. And they all sound like Chris Brown songs. But it was just like that inspiration he gave. I was like, dude, anybody could be doing that. And one of my friends said, like, there's room for everybody at the top. So, in terms of like being hungry and grinding for it, I was just like, just do it. And my mom is obviously a great support system too, but she was just like, just do it. Do what makes you happy. So that's what I've stuck with. And that's just in simple terms, like what keeps me going. Every time I go see a show and see an artist fulfilling what they've wanted to do, that's what kind of drives my hunger a little bit.
Okay, cool. That's wonderful. It's like straight like positivity and everything. Like Absolutely. In my case, it was mostly like just out of bullying and stuff like that.
Oh no.
So I was like, I know. It was just the way how I just used to like really express myself or escape and everything in a sense. So it's just like I thought it would win me like new friends and everything and stuff of that nature. Maybe connect, but I get build more enemies and everything.
I get that. In middle school, I actually started making music because I felt like the popularity side was a good feeling. Again, like I said, before I ever got to high school, I didn't really know what I was doing. But like in middle school, I used to make little CDs and burn CDs of like 8 songs and me doing covers or whatever and just pass them out in middle school. And I knew they were like bad at the time. I didn't know what I was doing. But it felt good, like that attention, right? But that's not good attention. And I learned that going into high school, like really trying it again. Those are like older people. You can't really do the same shit to older people. So, excuse my language. But yeah, so I actually can understand like in terms of like trying to make it work at that time because I did the same exact thing in middle school. So it's weird you said that. I actually can relate to that a lot.
I did like this poetry. I would write into my notebook and everything for careers class because like the thing is like they would ask us what we wanted to be when we grew up, and I didn't know what to give and everything. I just know like in 7th grade and everything, I was like on the bus like making fun, like doing little funny raps. I thought it was funny, and then it was like so when they asked me in career classes like what do you want to do and everything, and it was just like I had 2 choices, either a professional wrestler or like a rapper and everything, and it's just like I ain't the most athletic person ever, so it's just like it's just like so it's just like rapping because it was something I got the best reactions to when I did it. So it's just like oh yeah, you should come up here and just start rapping right quick. And I'm like because it's like I didn't really write anything down at that point. They're like ideas at that point, or they're just like
or thoughts that you have that you just getting out on paper, right?
Yeah.
So at that time, they weren't like really written like songs and things of that nature. You were just getting ideas out.
I mean, I didn't really start writing. I only wrote it like as a joke on pieces of paper in like, 7th grade. So I didn't really have a system until I really got into that class. And then from then on, I had a little composition book and I would just write little poetry, basically little poet raps. And I would just perform them from the class. And that was my way of like venting out when I was going through like a whole lot of stuff back in that time and everything. Because I was going through a very hectic period at that point. So it was really helpful like to really transition from seeing music. It's just something like fun to see on TV, like ludicrous. It's always a fun thing. And then now it's like really I could express myself and learn how to express myself well, because I feel like a lot of that was because like I listened to Tupac on the bus in 7th grade a lot, because that was all the songs I had on my MP3 player.
And people don't understand Tupac, like when we talk about lyrical geniuses and like lyrical poets, Tupac, if you really listen to him, he was a lyrical poet. And a lot of people that in terms of like music, they don't really talk about like, when they talk about who like best songwriters, they talk about Pharrell, and you say Kanye West is great songwriters and script, but people leave out Tupac, and I am offended by that. Like I think respects to him, definitely. I just don't think he gets enough credit in terms of like songwriting. Like his music is popular, but songwriting and him having a pen writing game, I think he doesn't get enough respect for that.
I think Tupac gets a whole lot of respect for that, because everybody always tries to compare themselves to Tupac. Like, oh yeah, Lil Wayne, he would be working at McDonald's if it wasn't for Tupac. I'm like, can we cut that shit now? Like, because it's just like, dude, like Lil Wayne is the GOAT too now. Yes. It's just like, Tupac's the GOAT. I just give everybody their flowers and everything, because like I was at my most creative when I was listening to Lil Wayne and stuff like 2 Chainz and stuff was on the radio. Like that was when I was at my most creative. So it's just like,
on too.
Yeah, I don't think he slept on, but the summer of 2013, he was the man in 2013.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But this generation, like this day and time of rappers, they put 2 Chainz as like, he's old and he's not really. I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, and I think certain artists at a certain point of their career can say like they did what they had to do at their peak, right? And 2 Chainz is definitely one of them. Give him his flowers. Who else do I respect? Hella. Like, what do you think about Nicki?
Nicki Minaj? I mean, what's not to think? Like, Nicki Minaj literally, every time she would win, like, award and BET and everything, everybody like, duh, of course.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people, like, when it came to that, and I don't mean to, like, bring it back up, but, like, the whole Cardi and Nicki situation, I feel like they're both amazing artists. And I was the one on saying, like, they really started to bash, like, an OG, and it was really this new age. And I think like new age rap is different, and it has a right to be different. But I think a lot of respect gets pulled from our old OG artists that kind of paved that in a sense. And I'm not saying that's for everybody, like for every big time artist, but like a lot of them, I don't know. I feel like we're just getting into a new age, and it's just a little awkward.
We're not giving a whole lot of respect, because I feel like, and it's just like, because I know Corday came on campus one time.
Yeah.
Corday is dope.
Yeah, he did.
And he made a response one time in that one music video, like towards the older cast in the game and everything of that nature. But it's just like, see, it's more like it's really just a dichotomy, or like it's really just a sense of just here's how I see it. So it's like, okay, you have old cats that like, okay, their time is kind of coming to an end.
Right.
And so it's like they want to be like, have that respect or whatever. And so, respect can go like a really long way and everything. At the same time, you have these new people who are trying to make it in their own ways. And this is like the old folks don't really see it like, okay, that's not how you should do it. But every level, there's always something different. 80s,
say it's different.
Yeah, 80s rap was more focused on happiness and like partying and everything, and then gangster rap followed that, and it was like, okay, this is too violent. Like, I'm gonna show some respect. They went to the and it was just, I feel like early 2000s more focused on just being rich and everything. It was still pretty gangster, but they're like kind of like reveling in their riches at that point and everything. And then it just transitioned to this period where it's more focused on like, it's just like melodic and like the beats and the trap and everything of that nature. And so it's less focused on the lyrical sometimes. And so people, I feel like a lot of old cats are really trying to like, are really
push back that it's more about the pen game idea.
Yeah, they're just trying to really push that. And I was just like, we got the Joe Buddens and everything.
Right.
And it's like, I get it. But at the same time, there's so many lyrical dope artists you can focus on and put on your shoulder that you don't even have to acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Like, why would you put Lil Yachty on your show just to shit on him when you can just really just go to Corday and just like be like, give Corday all his flowers, Excess Tentacion. I know Joe Budden give Excess Tentacion his flowers.
Yeah.
He like, but it's like you focus more on just putting like, trying to champion the actual good, because there's plenty of them on SoundCloud, plenty of them.
Absolutely.
Plenty of them on YouTube.
SoundCloud Wave. I'm on the SoundCloud Wave. Absolutely.
They exist. It's all I just say. Just give them that heads up, because that would really help for their career too. Instead of just focusing on all the people, it's like, oh, why are they so famous?
And I remember when SoundCloud actually used to be so popular. I don't know what happened, but I remember what maybe 2014, 13. In that era, like SoundCloud was like the main thing to like put your music on. Even artists were putting like their mixtapes and stuff on SoundCloud. I don't know when that actually died down. Especially in terms of how music is being streamed now. You would think SoundCloud would still kind of be one of those top things.
Because nobody makes money off of it.
That part, and you've noticed actually SoundCloud is now starting to put more revenue in their streaming and all that, because of point exactly they're not making money off of it, which is crazy. But
yeah, it is what it is. It's just like Spotify is that go-to, which I really need to give some time to really set up my Spotify a little bit more. I need to organize it better, because I let DistroKid handle it, and that's what really messes me up, because it's like, let me just handle this one at a time.
Which is why, right, absolutely. Which is why I like that Spotify is like now opening it more for artists. Like, the Spotify for Artists tab, and you can now add your own pictures. You can create your own header, have a bio submitted. So if you have like a team or a group of people that do your bio, you can submit that directly to Spotify. You can add your tour dates and show things. So credit to Spotify, but no, same. Like, I need to get into mine more, because DistroKid pretty much runs that. All I do is go on DistroKid, add in your stuff, and then it sends it off.
And I'm cool with that. Like, I thought it was cool, but it's like what really pissed me off was just like how I kept trying to change my name on it, because it's Tosi ESV, and it's like they put like a lowercase t after the dollar sign. Look ghetto as hell. Like, I'm not trying to make it look like that.
Because it looks different. I know what you mean, because it looks different once it's like posted on the actual Spotify app and whatnot than when you're actually doing it on the thing. So yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, it's getting harder to find my music, man. It's like, that's how I'd be trying to just drop the links everywhere I go on SoundCloud, because I feel like it's easier to find on SoundCloud. Like, if you Google it, then you can find me pretty easy. If you know what's going on.
Yeah. So now the thing about Spotify, how many people have your name on Spotify? Like, if you were to search your artist name. Like, is it like what I'm talking about? Like, is it like a list of people that come up, or?
That's the thing. Like, the 6 months in, I haven't really checked up my Spotify, because I didn't make a separate account. I just did it through DistroKid. So it's like I didn't really know how to really access that automatically as an artist, instead of from a outside perspective. Really, I do look myself up. It's good to know that I have like an artist page.
Yeah,
and everything. I don't know. Maybe I should make my own Wikipedia pages.
I don't know. I actually thought about Wikipedia, but I didn't know how many people were really still into even looking at Wikipedia.
Oh, no. I don't even think it's not the matter of people looking.
It's just having it.
Hold on a second. Oh, wait. No, never mind. It's like, we're still recording. I was just trying to check and see, because it's like, it looks like an ad that came up. But it's like, yeah, man. It's just like, it's just good to have pages, so it's like people can actually associate your name and music with a face and everything. It's just like, and it's just, I'm pretty cool where I'm at SoundCloud-wise. I'm pretty much getting a whole lot of views, which I'm happy about on SoundCloud. But it's like a lot of that is because of like reposts and everything. When you repost on SoundCloud, that'll be like people like in the Netherlands and everything. Yeah. Which is like, really, I want to get more and more organic, like a fan base and everything like that. I got 12 songs, so that's pretty good to start off with.
It is.
And everything.
It is. I think I'm at 10. I think I'm sitting at, I believe, and of course we can have out more, but I'm just sitting at 10 right now for those.
Oh, cool. I mean, at least you got singles. I would rather just take singles, to be honest, because I wasn't really known. Like,
that's the day and time we're in, though. At saying, but at the point we're at, it's important to just put singles out, because like before you put out a true body of work, because that takes a lot, as as an artist, to put a body of work together, and money and time. So you want to do that when you really truly have like a good organic group of people that are going to take time to like feed back into it and hopefully give you your money back. So that's the reason I haven't like focused much on a project. I did release a project like 5 songs last semester. COVID got me messed up. I think it was either last semester or sophomore year, one of them. And it was only like 5 songs, but I actually just took that off. But I'm gonna probably put out a project probably like at the end of this year type thing. But that's the only reason I haven't put out a project, for that very reason. I think singles are they were more catchy. Like, people will gravitate towards singles more right now anyway.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, I know Russ. I know you know Russ.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the one thing. That's the one model I'm really trying to see if I can really like. I want to say copy. Rocks work like weekly too.
Works. He puts out a song every Friday.
Yes.
And I like how he interacts with his audience as well. Like, he always makes people guess. Like, but no, people. we talk about working. Russ has been working even since he put out his mixtapes. Like back in the day, he used to put out one song on Friday on SoundCloud before he started doing mainstream. And that's when I started following him originally because I was like, dude, this artist right here, and people hate on that. Like, and I think
they hate on him because he pretty much breaks it down and pretty much
so
like he basically he produces for himself. Yeah, he writes his own song. Yeah, he drops his song every week. He's a rapper. He can't talk about that. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, he's trying to put everybody else on game.
And that's what they don't like, that he's putting everybody on game, and that he does it so well. He does it so honest, but. Look, you can't really control who hates and who really likes it. But I personally respect him so much.
I like his songs too. I think he has some cool songs too.
His songs are a vibe. His favorite, he has one that goes like, I can't remember the name of it.
Are you talking about Private?
It has a ooh, ooh. It has some girl on it. I can't remember the name of it, but
he has a lot.
It's a vibe.
He just has a lot of songs, basically.
He's a vibe, definitely. I agree. He's a vibe.
But I really do like when I first heard of Russ. It was like back, I think, a couple years ago. This is like how old? I think I was 19. I think. And everything, and this is like when I first heard somebody, some rapper named Russ. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check him out. Like, the first thing I do when I want to check a rapper out, I don't even go to SoundCloud. I went to Dat Piff. That was a long time ago. Dat Piff.
Jesus Christ, yes. I have not been on that in years.
Yeah, I would download like all their other songs because there's always somebody that has like a collection of their songs, the best artist song, and I just run off like that's what really got me deeper into like J. Cole like in the mixtape part because first I know the 2014 Forest Hill Drive, but then I started like literally listening to all his old mixtapes and everything through Dat Piff, and I'm like that's when I really became a J. Cole fan. Russ on the other hand is like, I was listening to a couple songs. I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, he has a sound.
That's a cool. Yeah, I like the Angel song he made and everything. Angels. So I'm like, oh, this is not. I was actually listening to it while I was like washing my car one day, and then like I was working for like I forget what they were called. It was like I was working for this. I was basically being a parking attendant for this concert place, right? Like this concert. Like I was
just around this area.
No, it was in Charlotte. It was like for Credit Union and for PNC back in Charlotte. And everything, and he like I went to a Beast Coast concert with Joey Badass and everybody from Pro Year. I thought it was gonna be stacked. I thought it was gonna be stacked. Only a couple people. It wasn't like too full and everything. It was really just real hip hop fans. I was there, and I felt kind of embarrassed because I'm like, come on, Charlotte, y'all could have pulled out. But then it was rainy that day.
And it was at the Pavilion.
Yeah, something like the. And it was like Credit Union, Charlotte Credit Union. And then it was just like, but when I went to a Russ concert, bro, it was packed. Everybody was there. I'm like, what? This is bigger than we think so.
His fans are very diehard.
But it's crazy. Like, their dead ass are diehard. Yeah, this dude really has fans.
And his tour, and I think it's dope because his tour is actually around the world. It's not just here in America. And his shows across seas are same jam-packed, just like they are here in America, which shows you his fan base is crazy.
Yeah, he'd be having shows sold out in Senegal and stuff like that. So I'm like, wow. So he's really not just one place. So it's like that's why it's really good to harmonize. So because artists like Russ or Drake and everything, like they harmonize and like they stretch between all different genres, which is very important to be versatile if you really want to touch different markets.
Yeah, in terms of versatility, Drake is just we have to talk about it. It's like Drake is the versatile.
Most versatile, right? But it's like in your case, I know we mentioned like before we even hopped on the podcast, like your main inspiration. I don't know if it's your main inspiration, but one of your inspirations is Tory Lanez, and I could pick that up from listening to your music. That Tory Lanez is one of your inspirations. I'm correct, right?
Yes, absolutely. So Tory Lanez is definitely one of my main inspirations. I also take inspirations from Black. I like his creative process because Black has the same type of creative process as me. Just off of me watching his like behind the scenes things. So, and I learned that he does the same thing as me in terms of recording music. He'd rather record alone. Like he can book a studio out, have people in the room, but he asked that when it comes to recording his music, he asks that everybody just steps out and he does this thing for like 45 minutes. And I actually am the same way. Like I can record music all the time. I don't care if it's 10 people in the room, but in terms of me recording it, I need everybody to like step out or let me go into the room. And I just found a connection to that, and I love his music. His vibe is just so dope. And I like how his voice is very like hoarse, but a good hoarse in terms of like when he raps. So very inspired by Black. Tory, Chris Brown, of course, just one of my favorites since I was 10. We were 10 years old. Beyonce because of work ethic. So just a bunch of different artists for just different reasons. But yeah, those are the main ones basically.
And Beyonce and Michael Jackson are Virgos. One thing Virgos are gonna do, they're gonna work, man.
And listen, and that's what I like comparing it to. Like I'm a Virgo, so it's like
I can tell. My brother's a Virgo.
Beyonce's birthday is a week after mine, and MJ's birthday is 2 days after mine. So I always think that's pretty dope. But yeah, Virgos, MJ and Beyonce in my household. Yeah, we had all the DVDs, all the videotapes of the concerts of both artists, all the albums. My dad was a music head. He didn't really do anything with music, but he had like me on to all the R&B and hip hop of that time. So, yeah, definitely Virgos, of course. What's your sign?
Oh, I'm an Aquarius.
Aquarius. Do I know any Aquarius? I don't think I know Aquarius. I know it's Leos and Sagittarius. I don't know.
I know Bob Marley was an Aquarius. Dr. J's an Aquarius. J. Cole's an Aquarius.
Whole world.
Yeah, and what other Aquarius? I know there's a bunch of others too, but it's like, oh yeah, Megan Thee Stallion is also an Aquarius.
Megan is an Aquarius.
Yeah, me and Megan have the same birthday actually.
Oh, that's
February 15th.
And I love Megan too.
Yeah, you love Megan, but you also support Tory Lanez. Like I know I spoke about it on a different episode on Love Watley.
And when it comes to that situation, I've never voice my opinion on it because like
we weren't there.
Thank you. And I always tell people like we weren't in that car.
We really weren't.
Yes, like in terms of like a fan, before that situation I was a fan of both. And just because of what happened, my opinion doesn't change on either one of them. Now, we don't know who was wrong. If, it's none of my business. I wasn't there. I like their music. And to me I think outside of that situation they're both pretty decent like people to listen to and look up to if you want to. So I mean, yeah. It was crazy what happened, but yeah, like you said, we weren't there.
We really weren't there and everything. But I appreciate because like with the whole like Tory Lanez and like even Bryson Tiller pretty much utilizing that trap soul kind of genre and everything. That's the kind of genre I want to experiment with in the future also because it feels like something everybody can kind of get to. This is a nostalgia period.
Because it gives you an element of both like hip hop and R&B, and that's something that people love. Both.
With a little bit of trap in it too, which really just I feel like you can play it at any kind of like party or anything like that. That's what I really appreciate about the whole.
And I think that's the reason, like that description that you gave. I think that's the reason why Don't and Bryson Tiller in general was so big back in what was it like 2018 or 16 something like that.
What do you mean when who was big?
When Don't dropped by Bryson Tiller, like that trap soul feeling, like he kind of brought that back because it was a little absent for a while, and I think that's why that song kind of hit off the way it did because like everybody loves trap soul just in general. It's feel good music in a sense.
You think it can go crazy this decade too? Like it can stretch over to like 2020s and everything?
I think now actually the 2020s. You know what it seems to be getting into, like that whole Playboy Cardi vibe and Coi Leray sound and Lil Yachty sound, like that.
I think that's kind of dying out a little bit, ain't it?
It's they're
trying to resurge a little bit, but
I think I hate to say this, but I think because of a few artists, a few songs that have came out recently, they just haven't been rocking with it. Like a few. I ain't gonna name the artists, but I agree. But I think for a while, like you see all these headline festivals are by these sounding artists, But I don't know. I think it's kind of weird to see where music is going for like the 2020s. Like you just don't know because there's so much room for creativity now, and everybody's doing what they want to do. So like it's just you can't really put your finger on it exactly.
And at the same time, you got to take a chance to kind of do something differently if you want. Like even with Lil Nas X and everything, I remember like way back then he started with the whole country and rap song. That would be like the corniest thing ever you would have thought like a couple years ago. But then it went viral, and then it like literally went. Didn't it go diamond or something?
It went diamond. And I think if I'm remembering correctly, that was like the first single to ever go like diamond that fast or something
on the first try.
Dude, his first like main single. And I think that just shows like people are doing what they want to do. And it's working. Like, and the reason I respect Lil Nas is because he's so honest. And like even when he was like in the heat for like the song he was like, at the end of the day, I didn't make this song for anybody but myself. And I respect that as an artist. Like, people are going to, like you said a few minutes ago, gravitate to it if they like it. And they're not going to like it if they don't like it. And I like artists that, like, have that understanding and just put out what they want to put out no matter what the feedback is going to be on it.
Oh yeah, sure. It has to come from a place of authenticity too.
Absolutely.
Like, like
He's very authentic.
like in my case and everything, it's just like with my mixtape Ego Trip. I don't know if you've listened to it
I
yet.
have not.
That's
But
okay.
I will check it out.
Take some time. It's in my link tree.
Okay.
Obviously, we spoke about Linktree. We just sponsor Linktree on Freaking Mental Thirst podcast. But yeah, it's on Linktree and everything. And it's just like I feel like the best place to listen to would be on SoundCloud and everything. But it's like just stuff of that nature. It's just mostly because I literally had to isolate myself to get that project done. I ain't gonna leave Charlotte until I get it done. Wow. And I was like a place from a very depressive state of mind and everything. I didn't record it in my house, but I was in Charlotte. Like I had to stay home. I take like 2-3 months off in order to like really get that project finished.
Yeah, right.
And it was just like it's focused on just mental illness and the manias of depression. Like you can feel like the shit one day, like oh yeah I'm this, I'm that, and then another second it feels like oh you're drowning, or you feel like you gotta hold it together and everything.
And
you
that's
feel
when
like
writer's block may hit, and you kind of feel like you're not really as inspired as you were like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's just stuff like that. Plus like a lot of the beat selection I picked out was pretty nice too. So it's just like, which is always good and everything. I feel like, I didn't even realize like there was inspirations in a lot of my songs until somebody else pointed out. Like I think my brother's girlfriend pointed out like on my song Grave Shift, it kind of sounded like Flatbush Zombies. This is it, and I didn't even realize until I saw like, oh my gosh, this does sound like this is it. Yeah, and Flatbush Zombies is like for really spending time and everything was really like that thing for me. I was really listening to a whole lot of Flatbush Zombies, a lot of my life, and then it was a whole lot that is like I took into that. I didn't even consider to think about it, Flatbush Zombies throughout that whole song. I just kind of like went with it, whatever like flow kind of fit with that. I just kind of rolled with it, whatever came natural. So it's just like 12 whole tracks. If you want to check it out, Ego Trip right into my link tree. Anyone that's listening, but yeah, man, it's just stuff like that because it's like as an artist, I feel like that's going to be my main audience is people who suffer from depression or anxiety and stuff of that nature, and it's just like my way of like really trying to like get you to process that is really just a matter of just really processing those feelings. It's okay to feel low. It's okay to feel like things are just too much for you. Absolutely. It's okay to feel like like things are kind of falling out of place. It's really just a matter of just processing it, but just also learning to just kind of hold it together.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Logic?
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah. Logic's in Aquarius too.
See, and I was about to say Logic is a great artist in terms of like what you just explained. He does a great job of representing those people because one, he's been there before, and I think he does a great job of using his craft to just spread a good word. And his music is also just dope as hell. I think I would love for him to make more music. Like I've always said that about Logic. I would love for him to put out more music, but I think his recent song, what was that? He performed on MTV not too long ago. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You talking about the 1-800 suicide song?
Like artists that do things like that, like people don't understand. Like it takes a lot to be on that platform and like really dedicate your craft to one specific message. And the fact that he does that a lot, I respect him hella for that. And he's not the only one. Him, MJ was another person who did that. Of course, MJ is a GOAT, so he's like, but just to give more examples, definitely give respects to Logic. And I actually would just like, Logic, put out more music, please. If you ever listen to this, we're telling you to put out more music. We know you have your family, we know you have your kids and your wife, but listen, put out more music, please.
I mean, I think he will. I think he will because even when he said he retired, he dropped that doc thing, and then he dropped the Bobby Tarantino 3, which is how do you feel about Bobby Tarantino 3?
Now, I actually listened to that with an old friend. I'm not really close to him anymore, but we listened to that together, and that was the only time I listened to it from start to finish. Since that day, I've listened to a couple songs like Every Blue Moon. I think incredible piece of work, but it wasn't anything I didn't expect from Logic.
I prefer Bobby Tarantino 1 and 2. Like, three's okay.
I never listened to 1.
You ever listened to 1?
Never listened to
what?
1. I know.
I mean, one of the good songs is definitely like, because I think that's one Flexecution. Yeah, Flexecution's on there. And it's like Slave Part 1 and 2 are usually my go-tos. What's another one? Super Mario World is also a good song. Yeah, so it's really like one thing I like about Logic's like whole aesthetic when it comes to that. It's just like it's not like over the top. It could be fun. And one time, and the beats always slap.
And he's always been like that. Like his music has high energy, like all the time.
It's like it makes him want to go out for a run and jog.
Right,
That's why he's always on my playlist when I'm working out.
If you're gonna take a jog or work out, put Logic in your ear. And that's when I was in high school back in Millbrook, they would have a lot of Logic like on the playlist one night for the weight room class we had. But Yeah, his music is very high energy, and again, just to end, I just would like for him to put out more music. That's all. Because I mean, I can do now. Actually, go do more digging on his. What you said, Bob and Terry number one?
Yeah, Bob and Tarantino 1 and 2. Yeah, there's definitely.
Yeah, I've listened to 2 and 3, but I've actually never listened to 1. I don't think I was listening to him when he put out 1. Like, listen to him like that.
Yeah, I didn't start till Bobby Tarantino 2. Actually, that's where I started at.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I never checked it out. But since if you're putting me on, I'll go take it, listen to it when I leave. So,
it's good. But like people always like shit on Logic and everything. It was just
Logic
like
too.
You know, it's just like like people will always shit on Logic, which is like really sad because it's like he's like one of the few artists that actually puts himself in his music. And everything. You got to protect people at all costs and everything. I feel like he's even spoke about a lot of these insecurities, which is like really good that he's transparent when it comes to like in the Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, how they'll be like, oh, you'll never be Kendrick, you'll never be Cole, you're losing your hair, you're too fucking old and everything. And it's just like, yeah, you know, it always feels like at the time, no matter where you are as an artist, you're always being compared to a lot of these bigger names and saying like, oh, well, you'll never be like this and you never get like this. And it's like, it's easier to be on a keyboard and type that shit. It's harder to get into the studio, try to get your timing right, write down like the songs in the verse that pretty much coincides with it. It's a lot easier to just shit on somebody than to really shit on somebody that dedicates their life to doing this compared to others and everything. Like, I had a whole group of friends in high school where it's like a lot of us wanted to do like this music thing. A lot of us aren't even close like that no more, and only like very few of us actually put a project out since the 5 years since we even graduated from high school. Yeah. So it's just stuff like that. Even like some people would, and then they would take it out and say, "Oh, no, forget it. I'm not doing this." Like I'm not. And it's just like I don't want to say it pisses me off, but it's just like it's just like And it's just like when you try to like act like you're so kind of like high and mighty or whatever, you kind of push people out and everything. Oh, you can't be with us, or you can do this because, But then it's like in the end, you put stuff out and it's just like you weren't even that dedicated to it. Right. It's just like like I don't know, I'm not with that.
Yeah,
like,
and that's when you can actually kind of see the difference in the people who truly want it and the people who just do it for fun or whatever you may say. But same thing. Like when I was in high school, it was a group of us that did music and credit. A couple of them are doing great now, and we still support each other, and they're doing amazing things. But it was still that other group that actually hit me up to this day, like, hey, can we do music? And I feel like now it's not really what it was when we were in high school. Like, in the moment in high school, it's like we want to make music together because we're all doing it. We're all trying to. But now it's like we've all done separate things, and everybody's not really doing it for the same reasons now, if that makes sense.
You just want to go your own way, man. That's just ain't nothing wrong with that and everything. Want to go at your own pace, but it's not bad like being a part of a collective. Like I know for my collective, I'm part of this like Journey Entertainment. But, like a lot of us hasn't really been doing anything together. Like I just had to spoke with like two of them from like the podcast and everything. People get isolated, they don't talk to each other, they have a falling out, and all this stuff goes on. You have no clue what's going on because you're in your own lane, trying to focus on your own music and your own problems and stuff of that nature. And then it's just one of those things, man. It's just I like if I'm part of a collective, I like to carry my own weight as best I can.
Absolutely.
And it's just like you don't want to be that type of person that's just there just to take pictures, just there just to be just a part of the entourage, but you're not really trying to add on to the legacy of like that collective. And that's why I really wanted to get that project out as best I can. Everybody does their own thing their own way. I'm gonna do it my own way.
Right.
Everybody on Dreamville has their own type of flavor, although it's like they have something that which they stand on that kind of connects them all together. But everybody sounds like Jid would never sound like Boz. Boz would never sound like Jid.
And everybody sounds different. Got put onto Kaz. You know Kaz?
Yeah, I know Cause and Effect.
Yeah, Kaz. I think I was watching one of the Dreamville like concert documentaries, and he had a set for like one of their concerts, and I was like, for the same reason I know that Dreamville artists have like different flows and whatnot, and that was my first time hearing Kaz, and I was like, whoa, he don't sound like nobody I've heard on Dreamville ever.
Cause is good. Cause is hella underrated too, bro. Like, what project? Is that Elephant Eyes? I think. What's that called?
Yes.
I think that was Elephant Eyes.
And he has a song called "I'm the Man" or something like that. That's one of my favorites by him. And but yeah, just to give credit to him, he's very underrated. That's what I was going to get into. He's very underrated, and I believe is he from East Coast?
I don't know, but it's this one song that was on Revenge of the older Revenge of the Dreamers one. I think was it Henny Flow? Have you listened to Henny Flow? You listen to Henny Flow, bro.
What?
That was Cause. That was Cause. Yeah, bro, that's one of my favorite songs on
Cause
it.
is a boss, dude.
Cause is really, really
He's
good,
a boss.
bro.
He's
now,
a boss.
now I'm gonna have to listen to on my way to my class and everything, because that has to be on my playlist for working out too now. But it's just stuff like that nature, like man. Yeah, that it's just like, but everybody's different on that album. I just wish Cause would probably do more work and probably put more to the forefront, the way how Jid and Boz kind of is.
We'll see. Like, maybe. Well, we're halfway through the year. Maybe next year he'll push to do something. He's quiet right now. I don't know what he has going on at the moment, but
It'd be like that. But you can't be too quiet for too long. That's where I'm at right now. I haven't dropped the project in 6 months and everything,
dude.
So it's just like, I thought I was gonna binge drop. My goal was like drop at least like 2 more mini projects before like the end of the year. Maybe I can make it happen. Maybe not.
I tried to do like a song a month or 2 songs a month type thing. And I was like, that was hell.
That was hell for you? Just 2 songs a month?
Not because I didn't know what songs to put out. Cause like I have the songs that I can put out. Like I do, like for when I do my shows and things like that, I always do an unreleased song. So I have like songs I could put out. It's just me figuring out which ones to put out, dude. That's always the hardest part. Cause like I always try to fit the vibe for the like when I put out my music
for the season.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. It's like something that you put out in one show probably wouldn't fit out like something to put
exactly.
In summer. It wouldn't fit out in spring and everything. It wouldn't fit out like in fall and stuff like that.
Right.
Like I know, like for like like you can be heavy with the trap stuff like in summer,
absolutely,
and even a little bit in spring, a little bit.
If that's the vibe, like that's the energy that you get when you go outside, like the weather, and then versus wintertime, you want to listen to the slow stuff.
Something chillax, maybe like some boom bap type stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Just like even in fall, I feel like fall is more good for like trap soul.
And fall is my favorite season.
Yeah, because it's like everything's kind of getting darker and everything, so it's just like it kind of fits the vibe. People wearing more like thicker clothes and everything.
Chill. It's more chill vibe.
More of a chill vibe.
But you still have some days where you can come outside in some shorts if you want to, whatever, etc. So
yeah, man, it's like I can feel it. It's crazy how like a lot of artists can kind of agree on a lot of this stuff. Because I feel like if I explain this to somebody else, like, why could you just drop music or whatever?
And my friends always ask questions like that. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's okay, and I know you don't, but it's just a reason. Well, there's a reason behind everything. Like, there's a reason behind everything. Like, there's a reason behind an artist's artwork being the way it is. Like, why did he choose to do so and so? There's a reason behind it. Like, there's a theme for it, etc. But like you said, it's a line between where you have an artist and you're talking to another artist, and you have an artist talking to somebody who does something else, maybe. But it's always cool to teach people, my friends think it's dope every time like I explain stuff like that. Like they're always like, "Oh, well, damn, that makes sense." I'm like, "Yeah, so now you know." Like going forward, now you know.
I don't think people outside of music realize how much stuff that we have like just in our head, just kind of sitting down. How much stuff we had to push back because we ain't had so much funding on it. How much time has to go by. We had to start over again. You don't even know if you got the same vibes you were at this age.
Yeah.
Like, I had a conceptual album I had started when I was 18. I'm 23. I still haven't dropped it yet. And everything. And it's just it's a 3-part. It's like 3 parts. It's like 5 tracks for like the first part, second part, and then third part. So it'll be 15 tracks overall.
So like 3 volumes in a sense.
Not 3 volumes, but it's gonna be like since it's an album, it's just like in between the interludes and transition and everything. Like there's like the first phase, which was gonna be like day-to-day life and everything. Just all the disappointment you had to deal with and on day-to-day life, just the mundanity you had to deal with life, the lack of the absence of like maybe a social life in a sense. And then the third, like, couple songs be focused on just like everything just pretty much being like a merry-go-round, and then it's like it's just like, oh, you just want to ignore it. And then the second part would be like, like just a dream phase where pretty much a reflection of all your insecurities to yourself, all your wants, all your desires and everything in the dream. So it can be like 5 tracks focused on that. And then the last 5 tracks would be more focused on just like, it's just like, okay, just the habits that you're going to take to really change your life up. It's like you don't have to feel stagnant. You don't have to feel like, okay, you're just stuck in like life, whatever, it's whatever. That's what the name of the album will be, whatever. And everything.
It's called whatever?
Yeah, whatever. Wow. I already had it said. I'm going to show you a lot of my covers and everything. It's going to blow your mind. But it's just stuff like that. But it's just situations like that. Like, see, this is the cover right here and everything. It's actually like my phone screen and everything.
Oh, shit.
I was trying to keep it there just in case one day I actually get to drop it. I made that stuff when I was 18 and everything. I'm still trying to wait.
You've been sitting on it ever since.
Yeah,
now, does it change a lot? Is that why you haven't put it out? Or is it just something you've just been sitting on, like trying to figure out the best moment to put it out?
It's really just the concept size of trying to like really just put in the work to really just like put it out there, and also trying to find like the discipline to really just like and to consistently like to like set it up, you know, because I don't know if I want to keep the same producer. I do like my producer; he's a really, really good producer and everything. But with Ego Trip coming out, it was really just stuff that was just kind of like it was like heat of the moment, trying to get it done and everything kind of thing. So it was easier to work with him because it's like So it's just like with him, it's just like it's just for instance, I feel like he'd be a wonderful producer to work with because like he charged me like $60 like per 2 hours.
That's actually good.
2 hours for $60. Actually, no, it was like $50 for 2 hours. It was really, really good.
That's great.
Some people would just mess with you just because you're like really, really cool and everything.
Yeah.
You just have like a certain work ethic that they can respect and they just want to get on like that and everything. I really respect them. Shout out to Gage, Alex, Meg, that and everything.
Where is he stationed at?
He's stationed in Charlotte and everything. So maybe
Charlotte
I could probably
has some dope producers.
Yeah, they really do. They really do.
As expected, but
yeah, but I feel like for Charlotte and everything, I'm a Charlotte artist. I feel like I'm the type where I have to you have to really step outside of Charlotte. If you really want to get anywhere in life, you got to step outside and then have other people kind of really
that's important for really any artist coming out of any like market. Like if you're from the city that you like, whatever city you're coming from, it's important to step out that city and get a buzz going outside that city. Like I learned being from Raleigh, I thought it was important to start going to Charlotte, get your music out in Charlotte. Go to Fayetteville, get your music out in Fayetteville. Come to Durham, you're in Durham now, get your music out in Durham. The last year, my cousin I work with in Atlanta, he's been trying to get my music pushed out in Atlanta. But for the same reasons, he's talked to me. He was like, just get your music out of the market that you're already in. He said that's the most important thing. So I'm trying to get my market in Dallas. You know, Dallas is a really good market to get music in.
Dallas is pretty good because like Texas is large and everything, so cities are very bountiful and everything. Yeah. I would say Atlanta's kind of like the Mecca now. Like, it's not like Mecca, like because like New York is always going to be the Mecca,
right?
But in terms of really getting the clout that really like brings attention to your music, you have to go to Atlanta for sure.
And if you notice, a lot of artists are coming out of Atlanta now, or just that down south area. Like Florida's now starting to get put on the map a lot. But in terms of like making music, I've noticed a lot of artists have moved out to LA, like Los Angeles and California, which is where I see a lot of the music, like main music scene is taking place. But yeah, I agree. Like Atlanta is like my main focus at the moment, at this very moment.
Yeah, I need to visit Atlanta for sure. It's like, cause I haven't been really mobile and everything. I need to really kind of.
Out there one time, dude. Really? I go down there a lot.
Oh, really? A lot?
Serious, yeah. Because I told you my videographer, he's also my cousin. He lives in Atlanta. He does interviews, podcasts and things like that with industry artists and things like that. So he always has me kind of plugged in a little bit.
So you got the links in and everything.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's
And he's the one who signed me. He's the one who got me my show in Alabama. He's got me a show with Trina on my birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
He was trying to get me a show with Bia, and his like most recent interview was with K Kilo from South Coast Music Group. So, but yeah, so like I go to Atlanta a lot. Like if you ever really truly want to go, I take a lot of people to Atlanta. So like that would be dope to have you down there, definitely.
Oh yeah, sure. I can definitely hit you up. But what's the next time you think about going? Because like right now my license is right. I can't drive nowhere.
I don't know. Right, cool. But no, it's kind of like when we go to Atlanta, it's kind of on the fly type thing. But yeah, so last time I went, I brought like 4 friends with me. But yeah, I love bringing people down there. My cousin's really dope dude. You meet some great people. And so, yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Cool. I just hope that my vibes is pretty alright.
In touch.
I hope because it's like, I always try to keep my vibe pretty like open and everything like that. That's why I like to hop on the podcast because I want to be able to like hear everybody's perspective and everything, artist wise and everything. I've already interviewed like you saw just TJ. I interviewed him a couple episodes back. I don't know if you've seen that episode yet.
Not yet. I haven't seen on his Instagram. I don't think because I have him on Instagram, but I haven't seen that podcast. But
he probably reposted it on his Instagram story because I wanted to put it on once and everything. It's just like they're not gonna repost it over and over again. That's all right. But it's all on my link tree and everything. Like now 40 episodes in, which is crazy. When I first.
And how do you feel like when you told me that was April? That's first of all, that's work because that's what 3 months, May, June, July, 4 months.
That was before I even dropped my mixtape,
dude. So you've done tape and your podcast, and you put it all together yourself. And that's another thing people don't understand about independence is it takes a lot of hours. So I actually do have a question for you.
Yeah, sure. What's the question?
And how do you like maintain your mental state? Because the reason I asked that is because like the last couple weeks, I've been very busy and I've like trying to maintain like a peaceful mind and positive mind? Like, how do you cope with that?
Just find some time to yourself and just really rebound, just refocus and everything. Not every time you gotta work. You can just sit down and just plan all day, so it gives you a sense of like manifestation, like sense. I have 3 vision boards. So sitting, that's all I see every day I wake up. Everything I want to do, everything I want to be, everything everything I want to do, everything I want to be, everything I want to have. So it's like it all starts from like really just seeing stuff like that. I wanted to drop my first mixtape. That was on my vision board. Check, done. Like my podcast, I got the whole logo sitting right on it too. Check. I've already started. In order to make it legitimate, like in my eyes, would be if I already did 50 episodes, and then I'm gonna upload it on Spotify. It's on Google Podcasts right now. Then I'm gonna upload it to Spotify and everything. Soon I'm gonna get be sure to like to repost my mixtape on Spotify too, so it can be able to be more, so people can be able to catch it up and see it and everything. But it's just stuff of that nature, man. It's just really it's really hard to maintain your mental state because I'm like an honor roll student at the same time, so it's like school's like a big thing for me too to focus on. Also, this semester has been really, really heavy for me, but I'm just really focused on just graduating and everything, and then just see if I can find a job. Like, I'm thinking about moving to Washington D.C. after this.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you want to go up north?
'Cause I want to apply for grad school at Howard University. I need to call them
gotcha.
sometime this week to see if I can set that up and everything with admissions. I know it might cost some money and everything to apply. I just hope that I have the credentials to take me there and everything. It's just I don't know what about Howard University is calling my name, but I feel like it's the same feeling that had me calling me to come here.
Yeah.
And everything.
Follow your gut. Always. I've always told people follow their gut. Definitely. So if it's telling you to go up, go up there. And Washington's not a bad spot. My family's actually from Indian Head, Maryland. They live in Indian Head, which is like 20 minutes from Washington. And then whenever we go up there, he likes to take us down to Washington D.C. and just look at the area. And I'm a person, I'm a fan of up north only because I like how busy it is. And I'm a person that likes to just be busy, just to be doing something, kind of get my hands on something. So if something's telling you to go up there, I'd definitely say follow your gut.
Yeah, the nightlife out there is crazy good. Yeah, that's what I'm really interested in.
Nightlife out there.
Yeah, it's like because I know it's like I was driving out to Washington D.C. with my brother and everything. That's all we saw was just always like a function going on and everything. And I'm just like, okay, this might be like my next place to stay because my father lives in Burke, Virginia, and everything, not too far. And everything, so it's like plus he works for the hospital at Howard University. So it's like I'm really trying to see if I can get my brother out there too. Hopefully I could be able to get everything together and like I pass all my classes so I can graduate and he does really good in his classes. I want to take him so we could be able to live in an apartment in Washington. He could be able to get his degree. And
your brother goes here too?
No, he doesn't go here. He actually goes to a community college back in Charlotte, but I just want to get him out of Charlotte and everything because I know he has hella friends over there and they really hold him down. I really appreciate his friends because I had friends like that, girl. All my friends, I always fell out with them, like in Charlotte. But like I feel like they got his back and everything, but I want him to actually get his degree so he can have like some kind of job and everything, get some kind of credibility. Not saying you can still be like successful without a degree, but it's just stuff like that. I feel like that's my place to kind of help him out with that. You know what I'm saying? He had issues at Winston-Salem and everything, and I feel like I could have been there for him a little bit more to really get him like through those issues. So it's just like I feel like this is just my way to atone for that in a sense. But hey, everybody's different. Everybody got their uphill battles and everything of that nature. And what are your plans going on for the next 5 years, sir?
Oh man, that's a great question. Next 5 years, well, right now I just want to keep putting out good music. I have plans to just start putting out more visual aspects. So that's like the focus within the next half of this year is getting out videos and things like that. So I'll be working on a lot of that. Have a big show coming up. And I recently just signed to New Money Productions. So that's a distribution deal. So next we're working on getting songs released through Empire. So that's going to be like a big focus and just dedicating, like that time to creating a great song, great song. That's really my main focus right now. Videos and just putting out that good music. And then also just traveling more. I'm trying to get really out of North Carolina. I'm trying to keep going up and down the East Coast in terms of like shows and things like that. So that's another focus I'll be focusing on. And also graduating, dude. Graduation is around the corner. I'm nervous about it because like after graduation, it's like real life.
Yeah, and, it gotta be and everything at the same time. It's like it's all just the same. But it's just like, you got all your community service hours though, right?
Oh, we're
That's
getting
my
there.
biggest
Look,
haul.
we're getting there. I
got
have
like
a lot of work to do.
I got like 40 more hours or something.
Yeah.
I need to call the charter school and see if they can add the 10 hours I put in over there, because then it would be like just 30 I had to focus on in November.
And they
everything.
took off, I believe they took off 1 semester of hours, right? That you need for graduation. They did that last semester. So you don't need
120. How much do we need?
how many do you need a semester? Like 30 a semester or
Like
something?
no, it's like 15 a semester.
So you don't need, so now you need 115 to graduate instead of 100.
No, you're not.
Wait,
mathing
you said how many?
15 a semester, so it'd be like 105 actually.
Yeah, right. You need 120, so yeah, 105. I'm sorry.
I'm still trying to shoot for 120 just in case they change their mind. I'm not even trying to risk that.
Look, I'm gonna have to take my chances.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just work at the radio station or something, like take calls. Like I'm a guy I had to hit up old girl and see, like, cause like so you can just sit down. I had to find some things to do on campus consistently, so the hours can just kind of add up. I need to get back to doing Wall Street Juniors too. I had to take off on that because I had a whole lot of stuff I had to get situated. Yeah. So it's like, it's just stuff of that nature. So I mean, they're still a walking distance, so I'm gonna just have to just do that every Tuesday and Thursday or whatever. But it's like, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. But it seems like we're pretty much got over the hour limit and everything. I'd like to thank you, Justin Reid, for hopping on and everything. Yeah, I know, it kind of blew by fast, ain't it?
That did not feel like an hour.
Yeah, because we had a good conversation. That's all it is. I don't even know you from
nowhere.
Well,
I can see how you get through 40 episodes. That did not feel like an hour.
Hey, just a conversation, dude. Like if you spoke to somebody before and you had a good conversation, it would feel like nothing and everything. But it's just like, that's what I really like about podcasts. I'm an extrovert. I like talking to people. And although sometimes I can be a little recluse a lot for the past couple years and everything, I'm just trying to get myself back out there. This is a way of kind of self-healing to a degree. But it's also a way to just kind of have other people express themselves also. Then that's what this podcast is. A lot of us really, our artists go through different stages in life and everything. It feels like a lot of us are in the genesis stage. We're really trying to get things kind of figured out and everything to see how things are gonna go. I never thought I would be able to it's been so long since 18. I didn't think I was gonna be able to drop a tape, and then I actually put all my effort into dropping it. Dope. And then you gotta get it done. I hope you really check it out and everything. Absolutely. I know you've seen the cover.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff and everything. But it's just stuff of that nature. This goes for any artist out there. It's like, let your inspirations lead you and everything. Always have a good circle of people, positive people. I just made a connection with this guy that just went to Atlanta and everything. I don't know you from a can of paint.
And that's the dopest connection to make, though. Just coming out of thin air. Sometimes that's just how life works, right?
How life works.
But yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much I truly, truly appreciate you even inviting me. It took a lot for me to get here, but the fact that you invited me, I truly take that, and I thank you, because that's a platform for myself as well. So that is genuine. And I hope to have you again. I'm going to give you more information on what I'm about to say this week, hopefully. I hope to have you again in a couple days for a very important interview. You're gonna, and we'll talk about it once we get off the podcast. But thank you so much.
I look forward to it. I look forward to it. But I really thank you for hopping on too, man. Absolutely. It's hard. I know it's hard to really get everybody's schedule in order and everything. So it's just like for y'all to really just dedicate an hour to a complete stranger just to hop on the podcast.
It's dope.
It's a lot, man. So it's really
dope.
So it really gives me okay, people would kind of help you and everything, get you where you need to get. So it's like I really do appreciate that, Justin Reid. And that's it for episode 40. 10 more episodes to go till I reach 50.
Yeah.
Yes. Of the Mental Threads podcast. Sew it up, sew it out. We are out.